In this video, I want to answer the question, what is project governance? Sometimes, in order to properly understand a word, we need to look at its roots. And the roots of the word governance and governor come from the ancient Greek kubernator, the steersman of a Greek trireme. And the steersman of the trireme was like its captain. And therefore, he had three roles. And in modern project governance, we see those three roles very clearly. The first role is to set direction. And of course, the governance of a project is about setting its strategic direction, making sure that the project aligns with the needs of the organisation. The second thing that the captain, the steersman of a trireme, needed to do was to make decisions. Whenever anything happened, they were in charge. And of course, project governance is about making decisions. In particular, the governance tier of your project is about making the decisions that are outside of the competence or above the pay grade of the project manager. Good project governance is fundamentally about good decision making. And the final role of the steersman was to oversee everything that was happening on the ship and to make sure it was continuing to go in the right direction. And that's the third role of project governance. It's oversight, making sure that the project is conforming to its charter, to its project plan. It's continuing to follow the policies and procedures of its organisation and continuing to serve and deliver what it sets out to deliver. So those are the three roles of project governance. Let's take a brief look at the four main components of project governance structures that enable you to set up a project governance infrastructure that will support your project and fulfill its governance requirements. The first is a project board or steering group. These are the group of people who are going to oversee your project and make your decisions. In fact, right at the beginning of the project, they're the ones that will select the project and approve your goal, your objectives, and your scope. Secondly is your project sponsor. And on small projects, you may find that you don't have a board or a steering group. Your project sponsor fulfills those roles themselves. In many UK projects, the sponsor is also known as the Senior Responsible Officer, particularly in large public sector projects. It's often the role of the sponsor to make the day-to-day decisions and to carry out the day-to-day oversight of what the project is up to and how the project manager is leading the project. The project board would then examine less frequently the bigger issues. To support the project manager, your sponsor and your project board, the third component are the terms of reference, which spell out the roles of each of these players. And for each project and each organisation, the details of the terms of reference will be different. But the fundamental reason why we need them is partly so that everybody knows what's expected of them, but mainly so that you can be sure that every governance role will be fulfilled by some layer in that hierarchy, and that nothing is missed out or duplicated. And finally, for me, the fourth core component of project governance is a stage gate process, a process that reviews the project at key points in the project with the possibility of stopping or pausing the project if things aren't as they should be, or if the case for continuing isn't strong enough. Project governance is about transparency and accountability. It's about making sure that we don't just do things right, but we do the right things. It's about setting direction, it's about decision making, and it's about oversight. And without good project governance, not only is your project at risk, but so is your entire organisation.